it's Miss Kristin from Town Hall, and it is time for our ArtVentures on Wednesday. So it is July 1st, so happy July. July 4th is in just a couple of days, so hopefully you have some fun things planned with your family. Maybe making some snacks that kind of are festive for the 4th of July, some crafts maybe. Today I wanted to show you a couple of things that you could do with things that you might have at your house. First thing, that I don't know how wonderful this is going to work for our video today, but this is a patriotic flower. So basically it is a daisy. So hopefully you have a daisy, or maybe a neighbor has some daisies in their yard that you could try this with. But what you do is you can use red or blue food coloring, or you could use red or blue, or red and blue liquid watercolors. So what you do is you take your daisy, and you're going to have an adult help you with this, but you'll take your daisy, you're going to need a cutting board and a knife, and you want to leave about an inch or two up at the top. And then what you're going to do is cut, I'm taking the leaves off, you don't really have to do that, but that you want to cut the stem in half. So you're going to need kind of a sharp knife to do this, and like I said, you're going to want someone to help you. And you're going to just cut and split it right down all the way to the bottom, like so. So see how it's split in half now? Now, what you want to do next is you want to get 2 glasses. So what we're trying to do is kind of like tie-dye this flower so it'll look like a 4th of July flower for us, right? So you're going to want to get 2 cups, glasses, whatever you have at the house, fill them up with a little bit of water, and then you want to add either your food coloring or you want to add your liquid watercolor. And then I'm going to slide one side of the stem in each side. Now, like I said, this can take a while, it just depends on the flower, but basically the flower just has to start sucking up the colored water, and then eventually it's going to come through the petals here, and you're going to start to see them changing color. So you should be able to start seeing blue and red appear. So hopefully we'll start to see a change. I'm going to try to talk slow, so maybe it'll show up in the video, but I can't make any promises. But it's kind of a cool thing to try. It's kind of like a craft / science experiment. Okay? All right, next what we're going to do is, I just thought, what are some things that you could do around your house to make your house look festive for the 4th of July? Well, you might have flower pots, right? So most of them are like a terracotta or a clay kind of pot. I just use, this is like a disposable kind, okay? Kind of cardboardish, but I just wanted to show you. Okay, so I have this just plain, boring old flower pot on my front porch. What could I do to make it fun for 4th of July? Well, I got some red, white, and blue paint. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. Let me get my cutting board out of the way here. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint this. And you can do whatever you want. I'm going to do stripes, but if you wanted to do polka dots or stars or checks, like little squares, it's entirely up to you. I'm just going to do red, white, and blue stripes, I guess kind of like the flag would look. So we can try to make this look a little bit more exciting instead of just brown, right? You could probably do this with a cup too, like if you have styrofoam cups, those white cups at your house, you could paint those, and then maybe you could put some flowers in there. You could put some candy, maybe if you have M&Ms, you could put those in there. I'm going to switch to white. So I'm using acrylic paint. If you have a different kind of paint at your house, go ahead and get that out. Obviously you're going to need some paintbrushes. If you don't have 3 different paintbrushes, then make sure you bring a cup of water so you can rinse. Here it must be lawn day in the neighborhood at work. I'm doing this video kind of early because we will be going to the sidewalk at the rec center today to draw sidewalk chalk art. So we're gonna try to make it festive for 4th of July. So if you were bored today and feel like getting out, you can come and visit us at the walking path at the rec center. I bet you we'll even have some chalk there and you can maybe draw your own designs. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Hopefully it's not going to be too hot. Okay, see what I'm doing here? 2 stripes down. I'm kind of smearing my red. I've got a wonky bristle that's causing me trouble here. Guess I have to go slower. Does anybody see a change in my flower yet? I mean, unless my eyes are going crazy, I think I can start to see the red coming through. What I may have to do is take a picture and we'll post it later, because it could take up to an hour at least for it to start coming through the petals. But I guess it also depends on the flower. If the flower is like, I'm not really in the mood to do this yet, it might not even show till tomorrow. But it's always a good experiment to try, right? You never know until you try. So I gave it a good shot. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully you'll start to be able to see it before the video ends, but it's kind of early. The flower might still be mad it got cut. It's probably like, really? I was in the middle of a nap? Okay, now I'm going to switch to blue because I've got red, white. Now I'm going to do some blue because I'm running out of room. If you have a bigger pot, you're going to be able to obviously have more stripes. And I'm already a mess for the day. Shocker, right? Usually when I get home, my kids are like, gee, Mom, did you paint today? Because I usually have it on my shoes, definitely on my arms, sometimes on my elbow. I don't even know it's there, so I walk around all day with it hanging off my elbow, I guess. Have it stuck under my fingernails. Guess it means it was a good day, right? I painted hard if I can't come home and I got paint on me still. I'm almost finished. Now, like I said, if you don't have a pot that you're allowed to paint at your house, like I said, maybe you have a styrofoam cup or something that you might be allowed to paint on. What else could we use? Maybe you could even use maybe a water bottle, like an empty water bottle, and you could design that red, white, and blue. Okay, voila, red, white, and blue pot. Now that definitely looks way cuter than it did when it was all brownish, right? So I'm going to set that to the side so it can dry a little bit. And look, I always tell everybody, don't pour too much paint. You can always get more. And look at this. I've got enough to paint about 12 flower pots. All right, so make sure your table's covered because I can use my table covering as a napkin so that I can, oh no, dropped my paintbrush. So I can dry my hands off or wipe my hands off. Okay, next I was thinking if your parents like to drink coffee, you might have some coffee filters at the house that you can use. And if you've never tried this, what's really cool is that if you have watercolors, and I happen to have liquid watercolors at my work, you can paint these and then it kind of spreads. So it's pretty cool how it works. So I'm going to do, now look at that. See how it spreads? Just by a touch, I don't even have to move the paintbrush. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, obviously I'm moving the paintbrush here, but see how it's still spreading? So if you have access to some coffee filters, get your watercolors out And let's see what we can do for the 4th of July to spice things up, right? Now, after you paint it with watercolors, you don't want to make a pot of coffee, right? I don't think watercolor coffee would taste very good. I might be wrong, but I would imagine most parents don't like it. And I don't drink coffee. I'm more of a Dr. Pepper person. All right, so now I'm going to add some blue. Can you see it in here? Just going around. It kind of looks like a tie-dye shirt. Although I don't recommend that you wear a coffee filter as a shirt, okay? Might blow away. So here's one. Set that up there to dry. Now the cool thing about Town Hall, we have different sizes. So I have some really big ones and then like some regular size ones, probably like what you would have at your house. Let's see here, I'm just gonna try to make a wiggly line. Looks like I got some blue worms going down. Now I'll try to add some red. Now, if you've ever done this before, what you can also do is spray some water, and what that does is it helps it to spread the watercolor even more. Depending on how much you put on here, it really goes far. See, like it's bleeding together over here, but how's that look? I kind of like that one. Looks like some tentacles from a squid or something. Put that one over here to dry. Now look how big this one is. This is pretty big. Oh yeah. That's like for one of those super huge coffee pots that they probably have at restaurants or something. All right, let's see, what should I do here? Use some circles. I would definitely say make sure you have some clothes that can get messy, because I'm a mess. Literally, I'm a mess. It's nice that I'm able to come outside and do this, because seems to be less cleanup for me. Like, I dropped my paintbrush on the ground. I'm not too worried about it because I figure the rain will come eventually and help clean that up. So here I'm just doing like red and blue polka dots. Or that one's kind of dribbling down a little bit further than I planned. That's okay. Think of this one. It's really cool too that this is the back of it. It just bleeds right through. Now this also reminds me of a cupcake liner. Wouldn't it be awesome if someone would make you a cupcake this big? Oh, that would be so good. Oh my gosh. And then look, can you see it back here? Look at that. I could decorate the building of Town Hall. Let's see, I've got some tape here. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but I really think, and mind you, I've been staring at it for a really long time, but I think I can start to see the red coming through on the flower. because you know that tape works on brick walls. Wasn't sure how well this would be. Okay, so there's one. Let's hang up some more so you can see how wonderful they look. Cool little patterns we did. This one kind of bled more than I anticipated. I told you we gotta be careful, right? This stuff has a mind of its own. So if you're allowed to do this, you really might want to do it outside. Especially if you're messy like I am. Oh, that one's so bad I can't even get the tape on it. Am I blocking that one? Can you see? Where's another good spot? Right there, and I'll just get out of the way, I guess, huh? You could probably hang these on a door to help make everything look a little bit festive. You could probably, if you have a hole puncher, you could put a hole punch in and tie some string or yarn through it. You could have a little decoration hanging from your ceiling. Can you see that? Very festive. Let's add this bad boy in there. Look at that. Red, white, and blue coffee filters. Red, white, and blue painted pot. And we are, okay, seriously, I don't know if you can notice this, but we really are on the verge. Can you tell, or is it just my eyes playing tricks on me? I can see red coming through on the petals and blue. Can you? I'm trying to get close. But I promise you, it really is. Later today, I will take a picture and have it posted so you can see that it really does work. We just have to be patient, I guess, huh? So, 4th of July, fun activities you can do. Try to get some daisies. Cut the stem in half, remember, so you're gonna have someone help you because you have to use a sharp knife. Leave about this much of the stem up to the top of the flower. You need 2 cups. Notice I have one with red and one with blue. I use liquid watercolors, but if you have food coloring, that would work just as well. Put them in, and you have to be really patient, so you have to wait. And I would imagine you probably shouldn't sit and stare like I am, because the longer I stare, the longer I think my eyes are messing up. The other thing we did is we painted a pot. So I had a boring brown pot, and now it's red, white, and blue for the 4th of July. What can you put in here? Anything. And then we did some coffee filters. Don't they look cute? Red, white, and blue coffee filters. But again, I recommend you do this outside if you can, because I have red, white, and blue hands for the 4th of July. Notice? All right, thanks for watching. Check out my post again later, because like I said, hopefully my flower will really start to change so you can see what it looks like. And if you don't have any big plans today, stop by the rec center. You can see me, you can see Miss Kristin. We're gonna be doing some chalk art, kind of festive for the 4th of July. So stop by and say hi. All right, thanks for watching ArtVentures, and I'll see you next week. Bye.